little bit. We are live here in Indianapolis at Gainbridge Fieldhouse ahead of Game 6 of these NBA Finals, where the Thunder have a chance to get it done tonight. Alongside Brian Windhorst, Shams Charania, Chiney Ogwumike, Udonis Haslem, I'm Malika Andrews. It doesn't get any bigger than this, and the biggest storyline, the number one question I think heading into this game, right, is the status of Tyrese Haliburton. Shams, what more can you tell us about that leg injury he continues to contend with?
Malika, I'm told that Tyrese Haliburton has every intention to go out and try to play here in this Game 6. He wants to be out there. He said as long as he can walk, he will be playing. But it is a calf strain, and the Pacers will evaluate him at their 5 p.m. Eastern time, walk through, see how he's feeling, and then pregame, their medical staff will make a determination. But listen, these are tricky injuries with the calf. We know the implications it could have on the rest of your leg. I was told today, if this were the regular season, Tyrese Haliburton would be missing multiple weeks. So if he is able to play, how does he look? How sharp does he look? Or how much does he struggle and how much is he limited? These are all questions going into this game for Tyrese Haliburton.
Udonis, you're a 3-time champion. You have played through many a bump and a bruise, but a calf can be a little bit more than that. What are you expecting from Tyrese, since it sounds like he's going to try to give it a go?
I mean, he's got to go out there and give it a go early, and he's got to test it early. I don't think you ease your way into this situation. I think you test it early, you see what you can do, you see what you can't do, and you have that open, honest communication with Rick Carlisle throughout the game, because you do not want to put yourself in a situation where you're hurting your team or you're hurting yourself, and that takes trust from both guys.
So, Chiney, is he a decoy? I mean, you know that he's going to be limited. Just based on what we saw in Game 5, how actually would you be using him?
Look, honestly, I think you have the plan B, knowing that if he's not 100% or close to that, you know how you can rely on other players, particularly Pascal Siakam, especially because he's having one of his greatest postseasons ever, if not actually his best, at 21 points per game this postseason. So overall, when you think about Tyrese Haliburton, it's a tough position, but he's brave for fighting through it. But Pascal, this is a guy that's coming off of 28 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, and 3 steals in Game 5. He is someone, I know the question is like, what's the formula? I know it's ironic because we're in a racing city in Indy. The formula is using Pascal Siakam as the engine. He's capable. He can dribble the ball. He can bring it up. He can score back to the basket. He's bigger downhill. He is hopefully the guy that they lean on.
Yeah, so I think the people who are going to be doing the testing will be the Thunder. They're going to be the ones who are going to test Haliburton right away. 2 things I think you'll see from the Thunder. 1, they're going to test Haliburton. 2, they will have a game plan for TJ McConnell that will be different from that was in Game 5. And I suspect that it may involve some of their better defenders. One of the things McConnell has really benefited from is going against the second unit. So this time, they know how important McConnell is. They know how important he is here because he fires the crowd up so much in this building. But I think a big part of their game plan isn't just Haliburton. It's what to do if Haliburton isn't out there as much as usual.
I mean, talk to me about that, UD, because it seems like, and I said this on the show yesterday, that the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to put Haliburton in as many actions as possible. They are going to go at him. They know that this is their shot, and when your best player is less than 100%, that's something that you're going to want to try to test the limits of. So what can we actually expect from Haliburton here?
I mean, for him, he's got to set the tone, but he's got to be honest with his guys. He's got to be honest with his guys. He's got to be honest with his coach. He can't expect to do too much, but he's got to look over at those guys in the locker room. It's been the power of brotherhood that has gotten these guys to this point. It hasn't been one player, and as great as Rick Carlisle has been, it's been a collaboration of everybody. I'm looking at Nembhard. I'm looking at him as a guy who in the Eastern Conference Finals last year was a guy who exploded, and maybe he could take a step forward and take some of that pressure off him, because if he brings the ball up the court, they're going to turn him and pressure him 94 feet every single time with a calf injury, with a team that likes to get up and down.
Yeah, but I do believe that his special power is still his passing. If he's able to 100%, but he's moving, he has that special gift to still get his teammates going. So I don't want to say he's all the way down and out. He still has some skills, but it will be a bigger, tall task for him.
And Shams, you know the psyche of Tyrese Haliburton. I mean, he is a guy who wants to be out there, who wants to do everything for his team. He really wears Indiana. That is who he is. It's his pride.
I mean, listen, like I said, if this were the regular season, he would not be playing, but he has said it in public and private, like, this is the finals. I want to step foot out on the court. If I can walk, I mean, there are a lot of players that wouldn't be playing through this calf strain because of what it could mean with your Achilles and other ailments in your body. But we've seen in these playoffs, Aaron Gordon played through a grade 2 hamstring strain, another soft tissue injury. So Tyrese Haliburton, don't know how he's going to look. Like, I think there's genuine, in some parts concern. I think there's some parts wondering, like, just exactly what can he give them. But because we've seen this Pacers team, when he's revved up and he's going, they are a dominant team. They've been dominant. when he's not, this team struggles, and they don't win much when he's not playing his best.
And it'll only be exacerbated by the fact that they're playing an Oklahoma City Thunder team that is motivated and that is talented as all get out. Hey, coming into these finals, there were still some questions, and they were whispers of questions, but about the age of this Thunder team, the experience on this stage, the grit of maybe someone like J-Dub. We have learned so much through the 3 wins that they have through these NBA finals so far. In fact, let's just take a look at what exactly we have sort of gleaned here, starting, Chiney, with our electric moment presented by Hyundai. This is back to game 2 here, and this is where they use the pick and roll to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's advance.
Yes, Malika, they found the cheat code in setting the pick and roll far, near half court, actually the highest distance he's ever had getting a pick and roll right there. It's 33 feet because he's going to attack the drop coverage. He has 3 lines of defenders in front of him. It does not matter. He's going to get to a sweet spot. He leads the postseason in mid-range makes for a reason. That's what mid-range MVP, that's the nickname right there. And again, here's another excellent screen by Caruso, but this time the paint is wide open. He's so excellent not relying on the 3-point shot because guess what? The highest percentage shot right there is a layup.
He was just cooking when they set the screen high in this game, and this was their largest, coast-to-coast win of these playoffs here. As we go ahead here, UD, to game 4, that's really when we saw the Thunder's defense on full display. They held the pace, which is 42% shooting in this one.
Yeah, and both of these guys thrive in the drop coverage because you see right now J-Dub is up right there, so Nembhard has no space to get in the pocket. Now, once again, we set a screen. Now we see they're up again. There is no drop coverage. There is no way to get down in the paint and create a mismatch. So that's an adjustment they made, and they're contesting everything. There's nothing easy for these guys, whether it's a layup, whether it's a 3. You're going to have a hand in your face, and you're going to have to make a tough shot every single time. And I'm telling you, you wear on guys.
Yeah, and you don't wear on Jalen Williams, though. We get to the J-Dub game in game 5 here. He took center stage 40 points in this one.
Going into the series, I thought there was only one player that's unguardable for the Thunder. Now you got to add 2 to the mix. Right. He is so good moving without the basketball. You're going to see some paint scores. He had 18 of his 40 points in the paint on plays like this. Another good butt screen by Alex Caruso. Help defense too late. This man is a star a star is being born in real time.
Yeah, 5 of 5 on those layup and dunk attempts. That's tied for the most on those types of plays in any game in his career. And you're going to see this over and over again, where Shai and J-Dub are joining the likes of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen on lists. And this is another one here. The 4th most by a duo through 5 finals games since the merger, and trailing 3 all-time great duos there. Brian, Oklahoma City, this can be where the jitters set in sometimes. We saw it in the series against Denver where they weren't able to close it out in game 6. What'll be different about their game plan tonight?
Well, I think they respect the Pacers and that the fact that even if they're wounded, they're very dangerous. They were wounded in game 5 and still pushed them to the brink in the 4th quarter. Also, I think they have maybe found a bit of a formula that potentially could work, especially the way they're playing with Jalen Williams. Chiney mentioned how he had 9 baskets in the paint. I think that's going to be a big part of their game plan tonight to settle them down, because the one thing that you can fall into is you can fall into the 3-point shot on the road. You start missing some. All of a sudden, you get tentative. They need to lean into the game plan that they used at home and try to bring it here. And the thing about it is, while we don't know how Tyrese Haliburton is going to feel tonight, if you let the Pacers off the hook tonight with a subpar performance and get it to game 7, Tyrese Haliburton gets 3 more days. So I can promise you he will feel better on Sunday. The Thunder want to make sure he's on vacation on Sunday, not playing game 7.
Yeah, and if you're OKC, you definitely want to close this out. You don't want to give this team another chance. When I look around, I look at the last game, OKC had 4 guys in double figures. Indiana had 5 guys in double figures. If you take away the 40 points from